we were talking the other day about Amazon advertising and how it's not just about trying to sell more product next week, but it's also about the relevancy on the site. Can you just talk a little bit more about that?
Right. A lot of people get focused on their ACOS, right? On their ROAS, and I don't believe that's the right way to look at it. You need to look at your investment in advertising against the incremental revenue that you make for that investment. Anyone could get you a 10 in your ACOS or a 10 in your ROI if you really want. You can just put up your branded keywords and get that, right? But that's not getting you any incremental growth.
Yep.
What we're talking about is truly driving growth. And when you get that incremental growth, that's how you start to move your natural relevancy up the page, which is really where the revenue is going to come from. So you need to see advertising as a vehicle to drive your relevancy up the page. And if you look at it that way, the only way to do that is to grab the incremental growth. And that's where that advertising investment should be viewed through.
Cool. And then I know you use the analogy of it's not just about getting a customer to the shelf in the store, but actually moving the location of the shelf closer to the front of the store.
Exactly.
I really like that. Can you just go into that in more detail?
Sure. So if you run a promotion to drive people into Target, right, they're going to go into Target, they're going to go to where your item is on the shelf, and they're going to buy it, and Target's going to replace it, right? If you run a promotion on Amazon, people are going to go, they're going to buy your item off the shelf, but when Amazon goes to replace that stuff, your shelf is going to move closer to the front of the store because your relevancy has gone up, right? So there's a lot more impact advertising on Amazon as far as where your spacing is compared to these other types of channels.